out for the kick. And off we go from Dallas. On the return, here comes Cameron Johnson. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Real. Kings!
We give to Irving to start this drive. And he stopped quickly here. 2 yards on the play. We've got 2nd and 8.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Can lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Baker now from the gun. Finds the in route complete. Ooh, this is close, but I think it's going to be 3rd down. Gain on the play up to the 38.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
180!
Slot man motioned over. 3rd and short, Mayfield. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Working quickly here.
Mayfield sacked. A loss of 3 yards. Another 3 and out.
Run. Hurry! What's that?
Running for it, here's Irving. And he stops. The call to go for it from their own side backfires on him with a turnover on downs. And now some great field position.
Kate, I don't know what the punter did to hurt people's feelings because I think the reasoning was pretty clear. They were going to go for it. There's not going to be a punter that touched the field. Not an advisable mindset now as they turn it over in their end of the field.
New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38.
Here we go. Going to, hey, 47! Here we go, going to 54, Ryan!
Prescott opening with a pass. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it sets up 2nd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
After the incompletion, still at the 38, it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, kill! Here we go, 47! Hey, kill!
Back to the air, Prescott. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
Yeah! There we go, Floyd. There we go, kill. 47. Here we go, 46. Here we go, kill. Here we go, 47, 26.
First down, here's Dak. Makes the connection. This is Jaden Blue. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
Kid, I can promise you, you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. You've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers. It's awesome with tight ends. But when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become a dangerous offense to stop.
Here we go. Here we go. Line 8. Here we go. Going to 53. Hey, 47. What do you think?
From the red zone on first. And this is caught. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Johnson with a return here. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Bucks to the line. First and 10. Mayfield will look to throw. Grabbed by Chris Godwin. And he's going to be stopped after reaching up to the 33. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
First down now, ball at the 33.
180. Real. Stop.
To throw is Mayfield. Fits it through the middle. They're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that can stretch the middle of the field. Man, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes, and what a difference it can make for an offense.
Alert! Stop.
First down, here's Baker. Right side, hauled in by Godwin. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20.
Yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
They won't snap it in time. That is going to be the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. Ready to go with our second quarter. Buccaneers with the ball and a chance to score. Baker throwing again. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that leaves him with 3rd and short. Well, he's been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
Now, I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right? And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
Pistol. What's that?
3rd down, give to Irving. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you'll really break the backs of a defense.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Regular. 180. Hurry. What's that?
From the gun, Mayfield. Intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys get the football on the first turnover of the contest.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw. But you got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation.
Throwing the out route complete. He's going to have this one up to about the 17-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Move the chains! Got to move them chains! Build momentum to keep that defense on its heels.
They'll come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go, 47. Yeah, there we go. I take it. Here we go, 46. Here we go, 47. Here we go, 46, 46. Hey, kill. Hey, 47. 26.
Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Pressure's there, and the Bucs got him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Well, we are still waiting for the scoring for anybody really to get going as we've hit our 2-minute warning. Cowboys with the lead here at AT&T. Pass rush could be coming again after that last sack, Brock. Let's see. Here's 2nd and 19. Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Second down and 19 yards to go after that sack. Here's Dak. To the left and reeled in by Ferguson. And they drop him right after that catch. He's down at the 22-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here.
14 yards. Brings up 3rd down.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46, 46. Hey, kill. 47, 26.
Prescott now to throw on 3rd down. Into the hands of Pickens. 30 at the 20. George Pickens. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys grow their lead just before halftime. George Pickens the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Aubrey good on the point after. And the Cowboys double their lead to 14.
14. Buccaneers, nothing. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Johnson now on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
10-10 at their own 27-yard line.
Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10.
Run.
Run begins with a run by Irving. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. It's a gain of 11 there. That picks up the first.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know you can set the table for more.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. Buccaneers hustling to the line. They're in the hurry up.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
This is Irving on 2nd. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. Finds him over the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Buccaneers hustling to the line. They're in the hurry up.
At the Cowboys' 48-yard line.
Mayfield to throw. He's got a Emeka Egbuka. And he's going to have this one down to the 28. Tampa spends its 2nd timeout now. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
All set now. 1st and 10.
Point it right. Good. Run. Hey, alert 30, 20. Hurry. Stop.
Throwing. Baker. Escapes the pocket. Moving right. Airs it out down the sideline. And he sails that one over the end zone. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So that brings up 2nd down.
Well, he went for it all right there. That was a highlight reel waiting to happen if he could connect. So good to get out of the pocket and keep the play alive, but even better defensively to force the incompletion.
2nd and 10, still at the 28.
180. Regular. Hurry.
Throwing again is Baker. Catch made by Bucky Irving. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the 2 of them.
We keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hurry. 180. Alert.
Once more, it's Mayfield. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers get their first points of this game just before halftime. On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Buccaneers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Buccaneers 7. Chase McLaughlin to kick off.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. On the return, here's Jalen Tolbert. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
There we go.
Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down.
26.
Here's a design run. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment.
Chase McLaughlin to kick off.
McLaughlin has it on the team, and he's ready to send this flying. And a stumble coming out of the locker room at halftime as the kick goes out of bounds, Brock. So our first drive of the half is going to begin all the way up at the 40. So 1st down from the 41.
47. 48. Hey, kill. Here we go, 46. 26. Dak
to the air here. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Yeah! There we go. All right, hey, here we go 47. Here we go 47. 26.
Again on 2nd and 10, Prescott. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they've got to him just a step or two before he can reach the 40 as he set out. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First down from the 42.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. All right, hey.
From the gun is Prescott. That one's caught along the left sideline. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. They get 27 on the play. And that'll be good for a Dallas first down.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
All right, hey. Hey, 47. Hey, kill.
Working inside the red zone. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Fails to find his running back. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
That's almost as good as a sack. Almost, Kate. Because those defenders, they like to have sacks more than incompletions. But defensive coordinators, they love pressure and forcing the issue. And that's why the QB had to get rid of it.
We're going to 54. Wide in. 26.
2nd down, here's Prescott again. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys grow the lead coming out of halftime. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. What makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
That one right down the middle. And the Cowboys double their lead to 14.
Buccaneers 7. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Johnson with a return here. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
20.
Quick throw outside, and they might throw this again. Oh, he has somebody. It's caught. And he's in. Oh, the double pass stuns him and ends with a touchdown.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
McLaughlin attack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Buccaneers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Buccaneers 14. Chase McLaughlin.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. This one's going to bounce into the end zone and will end as a touchback.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Yeah! Here we go. All right, hey. Here we go 47. go, kill. Here we go, 46.
First down, here's Dak. That's complete, it's Javonte Williams. And a nice chunk there, about 7. He's up to the 27.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Let's go.
Sign quarterback on here. And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
You know, Coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession, or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38.
Yeah! Here we go, boy. Hey, kill. 47.
Throwing on first is Prescott. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. It's a sack on first down. We'll see if it changes the play they go with now on 2nd.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Yeah, here we go. Hey, here we go, 46.
Prescott here from the gun. This is complete to Ferguson out left. And they're going to get to him right along that midfield stripe, Brock, as he's set out. Give him 25 on that play. And that's good for a Dallas first down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
First and 10. Here's Prescott. This one's going to hit the ground. Incomplete. Looking for his running back there. Going to send him back to the drawing board now for 2nd down.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10.
Here we go, hey, kill. 47.
Throwing again is Dak. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Yeah, here we go. Hey, kill. Then we're going to 53. Here we go, 46.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Throw left side, complete. And he's tackled for a short gain.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's the Cowboys who have it with the lead, but the win not secure just yet. Look at them. They don't want to surrender the lead or possession. The offense staying out there on 4.
Here we go, 40. Here we go, 47. 26.
Looking to throw. This one's reeled in downfield by Ferguson. And the stop is made 3 yards from the end zone. It's going to be first and goal.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw. When you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's first and goal.
Here we go, kill. Boy, they. Here we go, 46. 26.
Shotgun snap, he'll give to Blue. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Yeah! 26.
Fullback trying to power him across. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Cowboys go up by 2 scores. 13 points in the 4th. For the point after, here's Aubrey. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cowboys double their lead to 14.
Cowboys 28, Buccaneers 14.
Aubrey now to kick this one away.
For the Cowboys.
Johnson now on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Bucks to the line. First and 10. Mayfield set to pass. Out left and Otten makes the grab. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
That's good for a first down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Mayfield on first and 10. Catch made left side by Abuka. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. And goes to the hurry up here.
Yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2 at the 46-yard line.
Baker now from the gun. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Dallas. Buccaneers losing by 14. Third and 10. Can this offense get it done? Third and long for him here. That one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction with how well the defense had that one covered.
Down in the 4th, offense staying out there for this. Desperation time here. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best